We welcome everybody here in the room today and also the many people who join us from all over the world by the live broadcast. We have a long list of announcements, but we're just going to read the essential points to you. And we ask you, when you have time, to take a look at these announcements on the board, maybe on a day when the weather is a little better. Most important is to let you know, remind you that we are having satsang here at an ashram. And as such, we ask you to please dress appropriately and to refrain from physical contact and social interaction while you are here at Swami Swatantranand Ashram. Satsang begins at 10 o'clock, and Mooji would very much like everybody to arrive on time. In fact, his wish is to close the gate at 10 o'clock. And we understand that some people here in Rishikesh are attending other programs, and if it's not possible to arrive on time, you can let us know at the gate. But everybody else who can, please be here before Mooji arrives. We ask you to switch off your mobile phones, and maybe now is the time to check. You might think it's off, but it might not be off, so please take a look and make sure your phone is switched off. An important note about the toilets. Please don't flush paper down the toilets. There's a small bin in each toilet. You can just put your paper in the bin, please. We have had to close a few of the toilets because they're clogged and they're not so easy to repair. We have to have help to come repair them. So please do this. Also, we ask you, if you come here with plastic bottles for water, to take them with you because we don't have the means to dispose of them. All of these satsangs are being recorded and broadcasted live. So by entering this premises, you are agreeing to have your voice and image recorded and shared and put on potentially DVDs, MP3s, audio recordings to share satsang in this way. And in fact, this recording of this satsang will be available in the shop. There's a Sangha shop now located in the entrance area, and in it we have books, DVDs, the music that you hear, the beautiful music that you're hearing here before satsang begins, and some other items. We have quite a few photographers in our group, and I would love it if they would raise their hands now. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 photographers, and they take the most beautiful pictures you can imagine. We share them on the website, and because of this, we ask you not to take pictures while you're here at the ashram. The folks that just raised their hands, they're also going to be moving about the room. So you might see somebody next to you taking a picture. It's one of our photographers. Please don't take your own photographs while you are here. The satsangs here are offered freely and broadcast freely, but donations are welcome. There is a donation box in the entryway where you came in, and we appreciate your donations. For those of you new to satsang, while you're here, if a question arises, you can raise your hand, and Mooji may call you to come forward. There are microphones on the sides here in each aisle. Come forward to the microphone, and please don't come to the platform unless Mooji asks you to come. You can also write your question. Again, in the entryway, there's some paper and pens and a box. You write your question and put it in the box, and one of the attendants will bring it here before satsang. And Mooji sometimes reads these questions during satsang. Mooji highly appreciates all questions concerning truth, and encourages everyone to come forward in openness and present their questions, doubts, or testimonies during satsang until all doubts are cleared. After satsang, you can remain here in the space and sit in silence. When it's time for us to close the premises, we'll ring a bell, and when you hear the bell, you know it's time that we're closing the space. One thing I forgot to mention is if you do come forward to the microphone, please speak into it the way you see me doing it, holding the microphone like this, so everyone can hear what you have to say. Mooji will be here shortly. Thank you. Om Shanti.
Jaganeshwara Jagadishvara Parameshvara Shankara Karunakara Jagadishvara Parameshvara Shankara Karunakara Jagadishvara Parami. Om. Namaste, welcome everyone to Satsang this morning. Good to see you, that you made it through the storm. And many of the team, I know they were back mopping up, and we have some leaks coming. So somehow the weather's on our side still a little bit this morning, and very good. Okay, let's please come. Oh, you okay? Two's coming. My pointing is not so straight. No, you also you carry on. You can come and wait. Yeah. Okay.
I would like to come up if
Huh?
I would like to come up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Please.
Come. Very good.
First of all, I think it's my English not enough to explain this whole things, but let me try. Thank you for bringing me here. I came from Korea. I would like to confirm this state. I feel like I am. Actually, this deep feeling came several weeks ago.
The feeling came and?
Several weeks ago it came.
Weeks ago, feeling.
When I was walking,
yes.
My this body was changed, like very, how can I say, some pure bubbles, like very light. And something was this one. I don't know how can I tell.
Yes.
But something was there, not separate. And at the moment, I tried to keep the image, but it's gone. But a few days later, I realized something was there, but I cannot say anything. I cannot make any name. Something was there, but it wasn't. But my body and the feeling I am, it's tangible. It's like energy, but something that was. It's not nothing.
Yes.
It's not even nothing. It wasn't tangible.
Not tangible.
Yeah.
Yes. So can you say it was?
No, it's no. Here now.
Yes, yes.
Now,
yes.
completed.
Yes.
Whole things, but it's not whole. I cannot explain some things.
Yeah.
It's here. It's here.
Yes.
It's here.
Your difficulty to express that
I cannot say it.
is eloquence itself. Yes.
Yeah, but actually, the feeling I had some times, but it was come and go. But yesterday, after Satsang, during Satsang, it became stable.
Yes.
It was very warm.
Yes.
Even that warm.
Yeah, because you are struggling, because no words, no concepts can convey
Nothing.
what it is, no? It can only indicate, maybe. It can only point towards. The rest, some understanding, some deeper intelligence assimilates what you are saying. No words is going to be satisfactory for you. No words can, in any language, can actually convey what you are struggling to convey, but which is also self-evident. You see, it is here. It is here. Somehow our personality or the idea we have of who we are appeared like a thin facade in front of that. Like our lives as we have considered ourselves to be and our lives to be, it is like a kind of self-portrait, but it's not a portrait of the self. Because it is imageless. It is imageless. Imagination cannot reach it. Even study cannot reach it. Practice helps to remove the distractions so that it is perceived by itself or by the subtle intellect somehow. Yes.
And I don't want to tell about my personal things, but it can be some different example for other people. I left my family. It was 2011 August. I became alone. I really wanted.
Yes.
And then I prayed to God or to you, whoever. I just wanted to keep this body in real cave. I wanted it make it short as soon as I can do, as much as I can do.
Yes.
I really wanted to finish whole things.
Yes.
And I feel like I'm living in an invisible cage now. No family, no friends, no TV, even no cooking. I don't cook anything, just eat fruits and some snack or so. And coffee. I don't know, I cannot let it go. I'm sorry, everybody. And it's really feel good, but a few months ago, something started attack. It's real attack. Feel like attacking after Untesaja Satsang. It was last year August. No, it was July. It was July. I came back Korea. It's something. It's loneliness.
Yes, loneliness.
It attacked. It was so strong.
Yes,
I couldn't bear it inside home, so I had to running, walking. I started to train my body physically, almost tortured. And it's because I didn't have anything to do, so just my life was very simple: working and watching satsang through the YouTube. That's it. There's nothing to do. So I had plenty of time, so it's boring, and then the loneliness, the things started to attack me. So it was very hard to bear. So I waited here to come here. So I wanted to finish. So this trip gonna be about 6 weeks. So I prepared some things by myself, but I didn't expect finish like this fast. Just 10 days. It took 10 days.
You're not disappointed, are you?
No, not at all. Not at all. Anyway, thank you.
Now, best thing, also, don't. I am happy you are sharing with me. It's the right thing to do. But don't make any conclusions about anything.
I know.
Best thing. Don't make any summarization of your life, any conclusion. Okay, now this is finished, this is finished. No, you stay empty. And you don't have to speak to anybody about it. Sometimes you happen to be in a company, and in this company, the beingness wants to share this thing. Then it comes very nicely. It is flowing very nicely, and great joy, because it belongs that you share then, you see. But you don't say to anybody anything. Outside you will continue. And also I would say generally for everyone, because many of you have come to this place, to this point, and some are about to come to that point. If the urge is inside there, this longing just to come home to your own self, then I have great confidence. What will obstruct this? What will get in the way of this? Then I say, don't make any conclusion. Don't determine, okay, as from this day I am not going to do this. As from this day I'm going to not speak to people. No, don't need to create trouble for yourself. Just you stay as the self. Then whichever way your days unfold, they are just unfolding. Outwardly you find somehow you're still interacting with people, the senses are functioning, your life feels perfectly suited to you. You're not living, some strange life. No, why should it be a strange life? We have already been living a strange life. You see, now to be again in your natural being. Therefore, your life becomes a life of peace, and inner space is there for you. More spontaneity, less planning, less forecasting, less projecting, not needed, you see. This is those ways of constantly projecting, I want this, and then by 2014 I want, no. No, not. Even the sense of a future is not important for you. Just you are. Like space, but more than space. Like space has no future. It has no past, has no history. Something inside become like that. It may seem like, oh, but who can live like that? Who can live like that? There's nobody to live like that. You are that. And discovering your expressions in a joyful way as they unfold. You're not dedicated to any particular perspective. All perspectives may come. There's awareness of them also. And as much as you can assimilate, it will unfold for you. No fear about it. You see, only the mind is afraid, you see. The cultured mind is afraid. Oh yeah, but I've done so many things and I have to give them up. I don't even say give them up. No, I say just discover the self. If something is to be given up, it will fall away by itself. Many people come and they don't know, they haven't practiced any particular technique for giving things up, but so much has fallen away. Then I ask them, do you want it back? The things that have fallen away from you, do you want them back? They say, no. Thank you. Such good fortune.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Very great. Very great.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you. Shab.
Thank you. Here I am, like entire in front of all of you, full of love and happiness and everything. I think I feel no fear and not everything.
You feel what?
No fear.
No fear.
And really happy. But still there is a sort of question. Like you see, last summer, I went to travel with some friends. And they were like, a little bit lazy, like put the mess and don't clean everything. And, I did everything for them because I think like to be wise is to do everything and don't try to change them, but just educate and do the things and everything. But I'm half Occidental and like I think a lot of people like that. I grew up with a little bit of anger and selfish. And so after 2 or 3 weeks to try to do everything for them, my anger, came back a little bit, like it's not normal for the justice, I have to tell them something. So here is my question. Even if my anger is in front of me and my love is stronger than that, do I have definitely to kill that anger to be just peaceful and full of love?
Yeah.
Or do I have to accept it like a part of me, because it is, finally? Even if it's sleepy all the time, it's still here. Do I have to definitely decide that this is not good? Just my love is good, and so take on me, and maybe one day, like, maybe, I don't know if I do that, you see?
If you don't express justifiable anger, your love will not be good.
Yeah.
You understand? Because if you say, no, I must only be loving, no, I mustn't be angry, and so on, you can't decide these things completely. Of course, habitual anger, routine anger, not good. then you have to look, what is this culture of anger, you see? But anger comes also, reasonable, justifiable anger. If someone, I feel it is quite healthy to express, and to express the truth, because and also if you don't express, you deny also sometimes these people an expression that should come to them. To say, come on, this is completely unacceptable. Look what you're doing, how you are doing this thing, and sometimes it feels like this, even though it's not in your nature to just be expressing things in an angry way. But sometimes you have to be fire, no? All the elements have got to be expressed sometime. Sometimes air, and then water, fire, earth, everything come.
So, do you think it is better when you think like somebody do something wrong to tell him, or just to do the thing in front of him, just to, to show him, like if somebody throws something in nature, and I just don't tell him anything, I just come and take the thing and.
Yes, it is somehow can be a challenge to say to people, and it's also very good to find a way to communicate that will as much as possible enable the person to understand what you're saying, and to give them the space and the respect. If you come from a place of love, it's easier, even to say to someone, you are being very foolish, I don't want to talk to you right now. If you can say like that, if it's something feels true for you, you see? Because sometimes if you say, no, I don't want to say to them and I might upset them, or, I'll just give hints. Well, hints don't work sometimes. Also, one of my sisters, she's so beautiful, but sometimes she finds it difficult to say to the people. Myself was like this also too. No, not, but it used to be. So the people came, friends came to the house, and they were there, and then after she wants to go to bed, it's 10 o'clock, she wants to go to bed. But they're laughing and enjoying themselves. And instead of saying, darlings, look, I'm very tired now, and it's been so great to see you, and can we see each other another time, and I'm going to go to bed. She finds it very difficult to say that. So what she would do, she gets the Hoover out. And she starts, and that's the hint, you see. But when she comes to the people, they just go. Sometimes hints won't do. Sometimes you have to say the thing directly. And sometimes the more you deliberate about it, the more difficult it comes, you see. Out of your love, sometimes you just have to say. And they appreciate also. And because...
Last summer they didn't appreciate at all.
They didn't appreciate. No. Maybe they seem not to appreciate because you have trouble saying it.
Yeah, maybe it was like to keep maybe a long time. It was like, that's enough now. And
yes.
It was a little bit hard.
Yeah. The important thing in the end, if something is true, is that the message comes across as well. Then you have time later to say, look, I'm sorry I had to be so strong yesterday. I don't know that I hope I didn't hurt your feelings too much, but I really needed to say this to you. And with a bit of space, people can accept things more. And it's not so important to try and be too much, put emphasis on friendships. Except the friendships that are naturally sprouting out of the Sangha, that friends that you're not trying to make, they just happen, like gifts of life or something like that. They don't deter you from your path. You see, they don't make fun of your sadhana or something. Then these friends you don't want to keep. But the important thing, you stay true. Be willing to be alone. We just had an admission just now of fierce feeling of loneliness at some point. You may have to go through this point where you are absolutely alone. Maybe you're surrounded by family, friends, and so on, but in the end, we're alone. But in a sense, in discovering yourself you are discovering an aloneness, actually, not loneliness, but I say, yes, you are alone, not as a person, but as the universe, actually. You recognize, I is that. But you cannot speak this to any and everybody. This is your secret you must keep. You see? And you must have taken away from that time something that you have learned, you've understood. Don't try to put yourself in company that you're not comfortable with. You don't have to do that. You see? Mm-hmm. If life puts you in that situation, then for a while you will somehow, the one who is really open to the truth is continuously absorbing the best of everything somehow.
Thank you.
Gotcha. Thank you. Come, you can come. Thank you.
First, I would like to express my gratitude for everything I've been through these last few days, just being with you, and just lots of love and
very good,
really good energy. Thank you. And I have a question, actually. It's for a friend back home. She's been listening a lot of your Satsang online, and I'll try to be short and concise. She's a massotherapist and a healer, and she's very sensitive. And so often she ends up having the feelings of others and holding, well, not holding, but and she has the feelings of friends or boyfriends as well, like that keeps going through her, and she has sadhana, and she practices, she meditates and she prays a lot, but it always comes back. And I was wondering if you had any advice for her, and I felt like I could also benefit from the answer as well.
I see. It would have been good, out of your compassion you brought something from someone you love. Of course it would have been better if she was here also.
Yes,
maybe
I
she's
was
watching, I
thinking
don't know. But
she'll be watching later. I'll bring her.
Okay. Some people, out of their compassion also, and life has put it like that, that they seem their body, the body-mind functioning or somehow is absorbing the emotional energy, the kind of psychic toxins from other beings or something. They pick up this. They have a sensitivity that seem to absorb like that. Also some, even in India here, some masters, teachers, saints and so on, who have this type of reaction. It's happening for them. They are doing some mantras, some yantras and so on. They're wearing silk or something, or skins, to avoid too much of this transmission or something like that. That happens. Or absorbing this type of thing. And many don't allow contact at all because of that. For myself also, I can speak, this subject can be a little bit dear to me because I have this type of body also. And in the beginning, it used to be like that, where very powerfully I would feel those movements taking place. Someone touch, a certain kind of touch, not every touch, some type of touch, some kind of contact, even looking also. And you will feel those movements. No? And I remember many, many years ago, at the beginning of all of this, somehow, there was one, I was teaching at the time in college, and there was one student, and she would come and says, "Oh, hello," and she come and give me a hug, and then she gave a hug this time, and I could feel all this energy coming into the body, but it wasn't pleasant. It was very tight, and it came from the back, up the neck, into the head. And that was the most strong one. Before that, others, but not so strong. This was very, very strong, because normally they come, and then after 10 minutes or so, it dissipates, and I don't feel. But she came this time, very, very strong, felt. But I wouldn't say anything about it. Then after a few seconds of hugging, she would, "Thank you, I feel so nice to see you." And she walk off, and but I wouldn't say about it like that. And I don't even know why I'm talking about it now. But anyhow, like this, then gradually something takes it out. I'm blessed with a strong body in those days, so it would go very easy. But over the years, these things, they build up a little bit sometimes. What I can say is, if you move beyond the personal idea of yourself, you see, then these forces won't affect you. Not so much. The body will have maybe something, but it will not stay inside the body. And and don't get into anybody's story also. Almost as though the people are interacting with an energy which is very spacious. It's not personal, you see. This will be very good. So the inquiry, I don't know how far she has gone with the inquiry, but that will somehow dissipate all of that. Who is pulled into any story even, she will bring that. This is why I say it would be good if she was here. And then up to a certain point, you may find still some of that energy in the body, but you're not concerned about it. The mind would not go there and be concerned about it.
Thank you.
That's good. Very good. First you come, okay? And it's good. Namaste.
It is the best here and now in this universe to find what is this I. My life became like writing on water. You told me in those beautiful satsang we have it together on internet. There is no mental projection of my psychological past. I mean, no.
Sorry, could you repeat what you said?
There is no mental projection of my psychological past. And I don't feel any links with my family or my life, my home or my girlfriend.
Is this a good thing?
Very good thing. I feel very freshness. I don't have history to record it.
Gotcha. Okay. Yes. It is, first of all, maybe some people are frightened by that, you see. That's why I ask, Does realizing your true nature, does it make you into a recluse or something? Is it possible? Some people ask, is it possible to have a family and all of this? And to be awake to the self. Of course it is. It's possible. Perhaps what you will find is that the stickiness from your part is changed. Something. Everything is there. The love is there. All this is there. But the neediness, the stickiness, and even whether it's coming from your side or the other side or whatever, it will not overwhelm you. It's like everything is moving in the space of your being somehow. I feel this is beneficial for everybody. You see, yes. Not to be caught too deeply into emotional dependency. It's not a healthy thing. We've cultivated that because we've so strongly have a self that's cultured to depend and to be needy and to demand and not being able to stand in your own truth. So this feeling of neediness, expectation, requirements is heightened in the personal identity state. You see? So as one begins to look inwardly, discovering not something solid and objective like a person, not an object, but your subjectivity, your pure subjectivity, and seeing and feeling the complete wellness of yourself as that. Not as a projection, not as a mental projection, but as direct experience and a living discovery, and seeing, but wait, somehow I cannot say what I am, I cannot point to anything and say I am that. Nevertheless, I fully am, even more so than before. Before I had so many titles, so many labels for myself. Now none sticks to what is like that. And then something universal is unfolding in you. You see, this is just how I am. No, these things, this is how I am right now. Another moment, maybe another way, somehow. But still, it's not that, you're all over the place. No, there's a unity, there's a harmony to your presence and your being and your functioning also. Wide is your view, panoramic is your mind and your perspective on life. All these things, you will welcome them, you will not push that away. Because it is natural to us, this vastness, and still you're able to relate to family and friends. In the beginning, maybe, you're not sure. They will seem like, I don't mix with them because they speak a certain way and it's always so tight. So maybe something wants to move away. If you're not able to move physically away, then you have to move inwardly away, becoming more detached, more something. And nature seems to help you. Not that you're determined, I'm going to be detached, I don't want to be. No, somehow you're finding like that, very naturally, spontaneously, automatically, that there is a space in you, and people are saying many things, but very little is getting through into this space. So, like that, your life becomes very beautiful, I would say. Very beautiful. You're not making any sort of speculation. I am going to be like this, I want to do this. No. Simply you are. And it's a completeness in that. You see? So when you hear someone like yourself say, oh yes, I don't feel attached to any with them. How is it? Oh, it's very good. It's very good. Because we are brought up. New friends are silver, old friends are gold. All these things we brought, So all friends and so on. Then I heard my master say, he says one time, I have no friends and I don't want any. What? So it was a strong thing to hear. But then the depth and the profundity of what he had said came inside. What it mean? Friendly with all. friends with none, almost like that. Like not trying to make friends, but somehow they happen, and this is fine. We enjoy, there's love. One of the expressions of the self is this great love. But it's not clinging, it's not requiring, it's not trading. It simply radiates itself. But how are they finding you?
I feel there is no I. I mean,
Yeah,
where I can find it, this I?
yeah.
Where?
You said something before, and I'm trying to retrieve it because something was concerning me at all. Like, I don't know if it was you or someone else, almost as though, like, I don't know, like not caring about anyone or something. I have never said this thing, that because in fact the care becomes more pure, not sticky, and it sits inside a greater wisdom. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I embrace you, please?
Come.
Thank you.
Where are you living? Where? In which? In Romania. Ah.
I'm friend with Gita Sri.
Oh, Gita Shri. Yes, 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 yes. Ah, yes, 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 yes. Yes. I may come to see you there. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you much.
Very great. Okay. Thank you. Nam, nam. Anybody getting wet? Okay, you come for me. Come for me. Oh, your hand went up because you're getting wet. Oh, okay. No, you come too. You come. So.
Stay. I don't know proper English, but I will try to communicate. Mooji, namaste.
Namaste, Charan.
I was doing meditation before 10 years. That point of time, I was find myself out of my body many times.
Yes.
So it was so horrible that I cannot move deep in the meditation.
Can you hear at the back well enough? They are saying they can't hear at the back well enough. And also I'm having some echo, a bit too much on this one. So just be patient for a moment and I see if we can get... okay.
I was found myself flying.
Yes, can you hear better at the back? You mean this old satsang, you've not been hearing anything at all? Acha. It's good. Yeah. I think a bit more volume at the back maybe. Okay, yes. So what I've gotten so far, this also this one can turn down a bit, yeah, it's a bit echo and like that, just a bit. Okay. What I got so far is you said that you were meditating.
Yes.
And then either once or on a number of occasions you find yourself out away from the body. Okay.
When I went to sleep, in the night it was happened.
When you go to sleep?
In the night when I was going to sleep,
Yes.
it was happening that I found myself flying.
Yes.
I was not there in the body.
Yes.
And it was happened many times. So I left meditation. I cannot go deep in the meditation.
Okay. Okay. Now, from the perspective of, say, pure awareness itself, whatever position the body is in, that is known inside the awareness itself. So if you feel the sense of floating, that is a sense arising in the awareness also. Or if the body is flying somewhere, and it then also fear maybe comes, both the flying and the fear also is felt in the awareness itself. You see, when I ask you to stay as the awareness itself, in such unique kind of experience, where you feel either without this common body or in another kind of body flying, because if you're flying, for sure you're in another kind of body, another kind of instrument, another kind of vehicle, maybe a more subtle vehicle than this present one, but nevertheless it's a sensation occurring inside the awareness which itself is not flying. It may take some time to be grounded in this understanding, to see, and I would encourage that. This is why I would encourage the inquiry, because whatever is taking place, either in the mind field or in the subtler place of the intellect or imaginative areas or whatever, on any dimension, it is the same one awareness is there. You see, there isn't another awareness in another loka. There's not another awareness on another planet. It's the same awareness itself. You see, the locations may change, bodies may change, actions may change, thought change, sensations change. All these will change, but they are changing in the presence of that which is unchanging. This is the power of the awareness that we are, and which is constant also. Awareness itself is not at the end of an evolutionary process, because whatever is evolving, that very evolutionary drive is perceived in the unmoving awareness at the same time. This is the most powerful, the most pure, and I wouldn't even say form of perception. Perception is occurring to it, but it itself is not engaged with perception. Perception is only one of its functioning. So what you can say, if I ask you, is there anything that you are absolutely sure about right now as you are here, we are here together? Is there anything that you can say, of this I am absolutely sure? You see? What would you say? You see? Perhaps that I know that I am, and that I am perceiving somehow. Intentionally or non-intentional, perception is occurring to me. And this I can say, of this I can say I'm sure or something, you see. All other sensations, whether you find yourself flying in the sky, which is quite a common phenomenon, or in the depths of the ocean moving amongst the creatures there, it is still an experience occurring in the mind or the consciousness, present in the awareness itself. This must not just be thought. It has to be your direct, confirmed experience. Then nothing will faze you. Having understood this, Sri Nisargadatta Maharaj comes to mind, because he says, I am not I was. I am that principle that witnessed the dissolution of the entire universe, yet I remain untouched. Where in you can this statement be confirmed? Because Maharaj was not speaking personally. I, Nisargadatta, personally. He's speaking the principle, you see. I am that principle that witnessed the dissolution of the entire universe, yet I remain untouched. See? Where in you can you confirm I remain untouched? Are you aware of this? Because it is a common experience. It is a common experience for all. But somehow you're not conscious about it. Throughout the day even. Very often you're in the natural state of the self, but you're not aware of it. Maybe because we're thinking must be something else. You're in a state of total neutrality. You see? Neutrality. Not drifting away, but in neutrality. Indefinable. Indefinable. And I'm not speaking about some abstract state somewhere else, located in time, distant from yourself, right here, as we are. Satsang is for this confirmation and this verification in yourself. This understanding will be established. This knowing, this seeing directly is confirmed and established. So I want to encourage you to stay here and continue to somehow assimilate and follow the naturalness of self-inquiry. It is not a strange technique at all. At some point in any devotee's life, in any seeker's life, you will come across naturally. Inquiry will come for you. Now you're here. And through that simple inquiry, not a technical inquiry, a natural inquiry, you will come to recognize where the distractions have been occurring that somehow leaves us with a sense of blindness to the intuitive recognition of your own self. And each day I am here, each moment we're here just for that. I am not speaking much about future, about past, about techniques, or too much learning. I don't want to come and have too much debates about techniques, but to pull the curtain open on what appears to be a mystery and what appears to be far away, so that that delusion is dispelled. Those who feel drawn to that, welcome. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I bow down to your feet?
Adante. Thank you. Thank you. Very good. Very good. Satsang. Yeah.
Last year, around the same time, I went through a very difficult situation in my life where I felt that I would never be able to come out of it. It was that bad that I felt I could either kill myself or just end up in an asylum. Where after that, just by coincidence, I came across your video on YouTube. And ever since, I think I've seen a transformation in my life. I have got into a lot of self-inquiry and, a lot of identities I've been able to identify and dissociate. My question to you is that even despite all the sadhana and my belief in that inquiry, I still run into a lot of the same old things and people and situations which just take my mind over, and I'm not able to handle it. When I run into those situations, it's very disappointing and discouraging because I feel I have not progressed.
You should find out for whom is it disappointing. Let's slow down. You should find out for whom is it disappointing, you see. Don't just assume, okay, yeah, this thing, again, we're going through the same thing again, and now look, I'm back to where I started. Don't listen, because that is still the mind's rumblings. You see, it's coming from the whole regime of thinking. There is still something operating in your name, an identity, an idea of who you think you are or should be, still mixed with the new found freedom, but it's still to be flushed out somehow. It's taking the impact, you see, of these events, you can call like that.
Yeah, but I have actually sat down and, gone through that whole process, as you explained, about who is it impacting. The impact goes away, but when the same situation comes again,
yes,
I'm faced with the same reaction. Maybe the intensity is not so much. And interestingly, the new situations I'm able to handle, they just go by. But it's the same thing which comes up again. And it just, maybe I'm able to rebound back quickly, but I still wonder that why does it still have the same impact on me?
On who? On who? Stay inside this. On who you must look. On who is it? It is, of course, in your dynamic expression, living. Yes, these things will be there. And even after the state of realization of the self. And I want everyone to hear. Can you hear at the back what I'm saying now? Even after the realization of the self, no? They will continue to be in your dynamic expression. Some tension will be there from time to time. It should not trouble you, because it gives a kind of motivation inside to keep an alertness, a kind of quiet vigilance, so that you don't become complacent and just feel, well, there's nothing for me to do, and so on. Some that may continue a bit, but it need not go to the extent of identification, you see. You will see that life is so on. Much will change, because your world will be transformed when the person you take yourself to be has been taken out. Then everything, the full light of consciousness, will shine in your world, so to speak. You see, okay, so some people will come and maybe they're the same old self, the same demands, same requirements. But something here takes over, a wisdom from the self will address each encounter appropriately somehow. Sometimes it will feel like nothing has happened there. Okay, it's okay. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You see, with every situation, your attitude will be not that I don't care or that I care so much, but more that I don't mind. I don't mind. because I'm not expecting it to be different from whatever it is. Just let it come, and something encounters this and addresses that. Behind this is pure serenity, and your inner solitude is not disturbed at all, you see? Something is here untouched. I started this morning like that. That which remains untouched. Not uncaring, but beyond damage. Whatever takes place in the realm of the body-mind functioning cannot impact upon the pure self. And you will confirm this. On some level, yes, somehow some little trouble comes and well, this thing and so on. But even though you're angry, you're not angry. You laugh, but you don't laugh. You speak, but you're not speaking. You're moving, but unmoving. This mystery you know. Something is moving. You say, I go, but inside I go nowhere. You see, this paradox feels very beautiful for you. It's not easy for people who have not had this experience to appreciate or to understand. So don't even try to share that verbally or vocally. Many beings will somehow, those who are sensitive, who have a spiritual sensitivity, they will somehow be attracted to that space inside you. But whatever is left over from the old patterns, old regime, that will also have an attractive energy also. Because it says like attracts like. And it is good because the world in its manifest form is there to reflect back also what is happening internally with you. So where there is still old charge inside the person or personality, there will be reflections of that happening in life anyway. You see? But you continue melting in your own ocean somehow. You see? These differentiations are not profound for you. They're all superficial. They will not impact so on your inmost being. You're seeing this. You're not discarding the world. You're not cynical about life. You see, in everything you see the self, the pure self also in this. In its dualistic manifestation, you appreciate and move in that world also. But you are not wanting anything from it. You're not requiring anything from it. Because you're sitting in your own pure contentment. You see, this is our essential life. This is already what is. And it is already in place. It will not come from somewhere else. It is already here. Yesterday, someone used the analogy of peeling an onion. Maybe in some way, your sadhana is peeling away the onion skins of what is unreal, what is untrue. You see? Or the attachment to it, more accurately put. You see? But something, even without moving your arms, there is a refining of the consciousness. There is a purifying, you may say like that. But it's not a purifying of the pure self. That is always here. You see? Just the idea of who we are, that is thinning away in the light of the pure self that we naturally are.
The other question I have is, I'm getting a lot more disinterested in the social interactions and
In?
social interactions.
So, of course.
Relationships. But there is a very fine line between, sometimes I feel maybe I'm getting too laid back and indifferent. And of course, there are some obligations and some things that need to be done.
Yeah.
How can I be sure that there is a...
Yes.
I'm not getting into
This is
that.
why I say, do not make any promises. Do not take any oaths. Okay, I am not going to do this. As from this day, I am not going to do this. You don't need to do this. Don't burden yourself unnecessarily. There is no need to do that. No? Remember and confirm. The self does not experience boredom. The self is not lazy. The self is not excitable. The self is not projecting. Somehow confirm that inwardly, that it simply is. But it cannot be said to be just relaxed. It's more than relaxed. The self is more. Well, what does it need to relax? It's perfect. You see? It is the mind that needs to relax. The self is perfect, you see? Like that. And like this you'll find whatever needs to be done. Clarity will come to that, because it can seem in your life that several things need to be done at the same time. Well, this is not natural for life, actually. This is only our common experience when we are too much projecting, thinking too much, you see? Thinking what you should do, then you will multiply thoughts, and then it will appear as though there are so many things I have to do all at once. When you again somehow confirm yourself as the self, somehow you will find the true thing which belongs here. Intuitively, spontaneously. You don't have to scratch around to find that. Just abide in the self, and you may find none of these things need to be done. Or, let's do this first. Now we need to do this thing. And then after, then this thing somehow. And the rest, let's leave aside. There is a movement which seems to arise out of a quiet authority that comes only when the attention is sitting inside the heart. We have somehow, I would say, exaggerate the importance of decision making. Decision making arises out of a kind of mental state. And this is why sometimes we feel so often I made a wrong decision, or I acted too quickly, or something like this. Because too much of those actions are coming out of thought, out of projections, too much deliberation, too much imagination, too much self-obsession, and all of these things. The one universal medicine, I would say. Establish your correct position. Be in the higher place. Judge which is the greater. You can live without your psychological mind, but your psychological mind cannot exist without you. Which is the greater? Be present with the greater power. You see? And don't doubt, don't be concerned, don't be worried about tomorrow. No one has ever experienced tomorrow. It is a myth. Therefore I say, I do not have a future, therefore I am supremely happy and content. Because the concept of tomorrows and next week, forget about it. If there's a need, justifiably, appropriately, to make some practical plans. About the future, maybe some few practical things. But the rest, concentrate really on being confirmed in your own self. Not your personal self, but that self within which even the sense of a person arises in that and is also perceived in that. You have got to get it. You're here. So don't be worried about, okay, what will I do after this thing? And don't have 2 or 3 questions. 1 question at a time. Because if you have 2 or 3 questions, while you are asked the first question and I'm answering your first questions, you're already going to your second question and you don't hear what I'm speaking. So find the thing which is, if there's a question, okay, what really is it? And if it is this, that yes, I am in the inquiry, it is working, I can see that Miss Busybody is not really sitting in her throne anymore. There is just a space of being now. And somehow life is moving more gracefully. Sometimes things are like this, sometimes more slowly, whatever. But there is a sort of casual noticing of it. It's not so intimate. And my field of view, the field of consciousness, is not claustrophobic now. You see? So somehow you're not managing existence at all. And you're not celebrating either. Simply you're present, you're here. You see? And your presence somehow radiates that peace which is the self. So we let the people come, they will come and look at what reflections come for you from some. You say, again, these things keep coming. And again, you meet them in the inquiry. Look at them. And gradually you'll find that you come naturally to a place where your mind is very quiet and stable and mostly empty. Don't be surprised if a thought shoots up from the emptiness and says, oh, boring. Don't be fazed by that. You see, the fire of the mind goes out very slowly. It's boring. Oh. It will keep on sending up little messages to see which key works. Okay? Yes. You're not very interesting anymore. Ooh. You see? It was much more powerful before. Yes. Why can't I get back that again or something? So don't worry for these. Just stay as the self. Once you have grasped, not just mentally, but you're in a feeling experience, not just thinking only, but you're also feeling somehow something you cannot define. But it is filling your being. Maybe it manifests as a quiet, a subtle vibration, but somehow it's an aliveness. You can't explain, you cannot say what that is. And whether you are sleeping, gradually, even when you're sleeping, it is present. When you're dreaming, it's present. In the waking state, it is present, and it is, I say before, like if you have the flu, some people have it now, yeah. If you have the flu for 2 weeks, in those 2 weeks, everything in your life is being expressed in the flu state. When you're thirsty, it's the flu state, you're drinking water. When you send your emails and stuff, it's in the flu state. When you meet your friends, it's in the flu state. Everything is in the flu state. You see? You cannot come out, you cannot say, look, I'm going to leave the flu state for a moment to talk with you. No, it's in the flu state. And in the same way, everything takes place in the self state. Whatever is happening, doesn't matter. Smooth or rough, it's all in the self. The self is underlying everything. So why would you be worried, you see? Very good. Dear Mooji, 3 hours is a long time for anyone to sit in one place. I didn't determine that we are going to sit here for 3 hours. I don't know. Sometimes Satsang is 1 hour and a half or so. A suggestion. At the 2 hour mark, allow people to stand and scratch for a few moments. Scratch. To be aware of the proper closing time as well as the time to begin. Don't drag things onwards. A note from yourself. I don't remember saying that, but 3 hours is a long time for anyone to sit. Actually, after a while, I expect you to be timeless, not 3 hours. Actually. In the days of sometimes sitting with Papaji, we were sitting on marble floors and tiny little cushions. And you try and fit everything on this cushion because the marble floor is not comfortable. And then sometimes, we give ourselves permission that your knees will touch someone else's, and it's like this. So, and in such situation, at first very much discomfort come, and after a while you forget about it. Because you start to pay attention, and then you start to feel the inner comfort will override the outer discomfort somehow. But if after 2 hours, 3 hours a long time for anyone to sit in one place, a suggestion at the 2 hour mark, allow people to stand and scratch for a few moments. You can stand and scratch, I don't know what 10, 11, 25. Be aware of the proper closing time. What is the proper closing time? Nobody told me about it. As well as the time to begin. I think I might be 5 minutes sometime, 10 minutes. And the last thing, don't drag things onwards. A note for yourself. No signature. I didn't. Okay. Namaste, Mooji, Venerable Mooji. After several years of Tibetan Buddhist studies and putting in practice meditation, I reach to one stay that is very boring and flat. Means something is wrong? Of course. May you explain. Thanks, Rita. It could be Peter. I don't know, it sounds... Aha. Will you come?
Namaste.
Hi, namaste.
I appreciate very much you are.
Come up here for me because I can more hear better. Thank you. Are you a doctor? No. You write like one? I come sit in a After several years of Tibetan Buddhist studies,
Yes, yes.
and putting in practice,
Yes.
meditation,
Yes.
I reach
Yes.
to one
To stay
state.
that state of mind
Yeah, that
that is
is very
boring
boring and flat.
flat.
Okay.
Exactly.
And means,
Something wrong.
is your question, is it mean something
But
is wrong?
I have the question, the answer. Of course, it's wrong.
Of course it's wrong, yes, yeah.
But I cannot find out the way.
You have found.
But I think you did answer already, because you say the mind always is trapping with a key, sending something to.
Yes. Because when I was in one retreat, somebody asked this question, you see. What is the difference between Tibetan Buddhism and Advaita? And I said, Advaita is quicker. I hope I didn't get into trouble. Direct. This is here. What you are searching for is here. Is here. It's not somewhere else. Even the next room. It's not here. It's not here. It's here. You see? So then people ask, why don't I know this then? I say, okay, I want to know why you don't know it. So let's look together. Because if it's here, what you are searching for, what the Buddha found, where is it? Was it under the Bodhi tree? Was enlightenment under the Bodhi tree? No, he found in himself, no? Okay, Christ, where did he find? Inside the self. You see? So also we have to find it in yourself. If truth is timeless and infinite, it must be here. So why we feel it's not here? Okay, let's find out. What can be in the way like that? Because you see, I am blessed with a short attention span. So I have to get there quickly. I can't go after a while, although I am gone somewhere else. So it has to be something, it must be direct. It must be here, and it must be you.
Timeless, of course. Timeless, of course.
And timeless, of course.
And no concept. But the problem is the concept is always there.
The concept is always there.
The concept, the duality is always there.
Yes, duality is not a problem. Duality is not the problem. Not the problem, you see? You are the unity and the unicity inside the duality. Both must be there somehow, but which is the greater, you see? It is you who looks at duality, not duality look at you. You are aware of the concepts. The concepts are not aware of you. So you say the concepts are still there. Let them be there. They cannot be there without you. It's you who see them. Isn't it?
True, that's true.
Yes. So whether they are here or not here, that depends upon you. Your perceiving of them. Who are you? Anything that you can speak about, whether it is emotion or some memory or your projections about the future or the idea you have of who you are or your religion or your discipline. What is it without you? You are the heart of it. Who are you? Well, definitely it must be you because you are the one who is perceiving it. The power of perception functions on your behalf. Even you are perceiving itself. Isn't it? The functioning of perception occurs to you. You are aware even of the waking state. Something knows this is the waking state. Where is that knowledge known? To whom? To whom? So all the things you can mention, all the senses, yesterday we were doing this, the senses, they cannot exist without you, the perceiver of them. And you are the one who is perceiving everything in your world, isn't it? How would you know about Bhagavad Gita? Because you are. If you are not, would you know about Bhagavad Gita? You see, so everything funnels back to here, including your person, the sense of your person, which is a continually changing self-portrait. none of these identities are you. And when we were 5 years old, you look in the mirror and you had a sense of who you are. And if your parents tell you, no, I don't want, you see, like this, you had a sense of who you are. And then 5 years later, again, you're looking, we are looking like that. When you're 10 years old, the face has changed. And your thinking is also changing. Then you feel, yes, this is who I am. I am like this. 15, another more change is coming. And again, you're looking, this. And still, you have a sense, this is who I am. This is who I am. And it goes on. You grow a beard, and still something is there. But if you look at all these changes, which one of them is most you?
The change itself.
Huh?
The change itself.
You may say the change itself is you, but you are the witness of the change also. Have I gone too far to speak like that? You are there to witness the change, all of these things. If you follow what I'm saying now, right now, then in another minute, you'll all be awake. Yes? I've recorded this, so we can judge. Huh? You are not anything that you are perceiving. Even the subtlest feeling, the breath also, that is functioning, and there's awareness of the breath. The doctor may ask you, how is your breathing? Oh, it's a bit, in the morning, you're not the breathing, you're watching the breath also. You see? A doctor came to see me this morning, check pulse. Pulse is, I'm not the pulse. You see? So all these things we are looking, self-image, not self-image. Okay, so if none of these things are you.
I understand, but something block.
The block you also see. She say something blocks. But the block is also phenomenal. There can only be a block if you want to get behind the block. Isn't it? Is yourself over there that something can block you? Please pay attention. Is yourself behind the block? I should move the block. Self, hi. No, it cannot be there. We say sometime like this. For there to be an eclipse, there must be 3 factors. There must be myself, the thing I want to see, and the thing that blocks me from seeing it, isn't it? There must be these 3 positions, no? Then if I move the block, I say, I can see the sun. Okay? That's called eclipse. Can the self be in the position of the sun? The moon has come in front of the sun. Now everything is dark. Can I be this darkness? Now the moon has moved. Now the sun again. Can I be the sun? Or the light of the sun? Or even the warmth of the sun? You follow? So nothing, what is a block? Just another concept again. Something comes and you say, what is the block? You say, well, the block is just like something prevents me from going further. How much further you want to go? What is the distance of the self that you should go further again? But we have a culture of disbelief. So something always feel, yes, I understand it intellectually. What it mean? I understand it intellectually. What's the difference between understanding something and understanding it intellectually?
Mind.
Okay. The mind. Can the mind block the self?
I think the mind and the block is the same thing.
Mind and the block is the same thing. Okay? What watches mind block? Is there anything that the mind is blocking that you need to see? I'm asking this question. Huh? You're thinking what you're looking at, but where you're looking from? Who are you looking as? This is important, no? Not, we are always in culturing of identity. We are always reporting what we are looking at, what we are experiencing, recording what you are experiencing. This thing happened on this time, at this date, happened to me and my uncle. These are phenomenal things you can write. It's not you. It's like I've come to meet you, we're sitting together, and you open your photo album to show me you. This was me when I was 16. I said, but you're here, no?
How old I am?
Huh?
What did you ask?
I said, it's like we're sitting together now. I come to see you.
Yes.
And then you open you say, I want to show you something
Yes,
about
yes,
myself.
yes, yes.
And you open your album and you're showing me photographs of yourself. But I say, but no, but you're here. And
Yes, it's not me anymore.
yes, yeah. And so the same thing we are doing. Always the past. It's the past. All we are speaking is the past. Even what you want is past. Dressed up in the title of future. Who are you? Everything you can perceive, either with the senses or with the subtle mind and intellect. So even the most subtle things, some things are so subtle, there's no name for them. They appear in no dictionary, but they are perceived in their subtlety, in your subtler still consciousness, isn't it? They are still phenomenal. That which perceives everything else. Else means everything but you. That which perceives everything, can that also be perceived? Who has done it? What does it look like? What is the weight of the ultimate perceiver? What is the color? What is the gender? What's the size of it? Does it have any such thing? These questions must be met today, now. Not by going thinking, trying to remember what you have read before. No, forget, throw the books out for one moment. Can I have one moment with you? Just you. Can I have one moment with you? Just you. Just now. Because if you only study, if you only debate, you create a field of mental noise. Is this what you want? It will never be freedom. You must discover, you see. I said many years ago, it came to me, if you are curious, you will learn. But when you are desperate, you will discover. You see? Sometimes life throws you into very intense experiences, blasts you, in order to drive the attention inside the heart that you may discover, not just merely think, not merely believe. You cannot merely believe in the self. It's meaningless. You must be the self. and not be like you're going to become, not a me being the self. You must discover this thing. And right here in this moment, this is precisely what I'm pointing, no? And it's not difficult. This you must believe and act upon it now also. You are witnessing everything, the world as you know it. This is what this world is. The world as you know it. The world as it appears to you. Huh? You are who? Well, it could be because I have asked someone in satsang, who is looking out from behind those eyes? I asked this question. And one man, he said, conditioning is looking out. And I felt very pleased because it felt true. I said, but what is behind the conditioning, watching the conditioning looking out? I don't want this in the form of only a verbal or mental answer. I want you to introspect and to feel and to stand in the authority of your own seeing. At least come to this place. If there is some further difficulties to arise after this, you'll find it much more easy to tackle the rest of life. Come home. Come home. Home is not a bondage. It's not you're going to be locked up. No, you are in the center of your own self. And be in life. Do not curse life. Be in life. You'll be a true human being and at the same time truly divine being. But don't delay. Something in the mind still thinking, yeah, sounds good, maybe I try it when I get home. And then you get home, somebody phones, you forget, and tomorrow, oh, we go again or something. But as I'm speaking, you can confirm. You can feel where the energy of my pointing is putting in you. And now also you can do.
Thank you very much. Thank you to be here.
Okay. I did a little exercise some while ago that I would like to invite you to. Just to play with me a little bit. Say you all showed up in this space now, and each one is a candidate for freedom. You are searching, come for this. Then you have to go through a few stages to be assessed if you qualify. Okay? So, first thing, we have a new machine, no? And it has to measure, it has to weigh you first. You get on this machine, an amazing machine, that only what is original to your body is going to be weighed. So everything that's not original to the body as it is in this moment, it will be removed. There will be no pain. So all your false fingernails, all that have to come off. No? Your rings you have to take off, all these things. Yeah, even the stitches you have to take them out. They're not original to the body or something. Okay, your eyelashes, false one, take them off. Everything has to come. Contact lenses also come. It's not fillings. No, everything has to come. No pain. Machine is wonderful machine, but for a moment we have to take only your organic self. Everything is taken out. No. Then also we go to the bathroom, foam, everything out. Then we come, they say, okay, look on this super machine now. You have to play with me. So everything that doesn't belong to this body, naturally, so your toupees and your weave-ons and everything like this, everything, your nose rings, all these things, everything out. Then we will, clothes, of course clothes have to come. Everything thing. A men in one room, women in another room. No distractions. Okay. So, and now we measure. Machine, digital, something come. And we take your weight now because you come for this freedom today. We put the weight down precisely at this time, 11:52. We have a few more minutes before we start scratching. Okay? So we write your weight and just go boom. Next, come like this. Okay, next stage. You sit, and we have to remove also from your consciousness, mind, okay, everything which is not original for you. So all your memories and all this was not original. This came later. So all this out. Everything washed, take out. All your desires, your projections, your idea of who you are, everything is cleaned out. Everything. Just only what is original out. All your stories, religion, politics, your views, everything is removed. No? All your projections about the future, I want to do this and tomorrow, all this out. Your name, not original. It was given. Name also out. Education, out. Everything out. What is left? Be here. What is left now? In this moment, what is left? Are you suddenly bored, stupid, vegetable? What is left? To come in through this door, all these you must leave. Leave everything here now. All your titles, father, uncle, daughter, son, friend, married, all this must leave it for a moment. Everything. Scraped clean again. Still you're here. Still you're here. Then something will scan you. Doop. Get coming. Who are you? We don't know history. No history. Just be. Be that. As you are now. Your mind is trying to hold on. I don't want to play this game. I don't take a risk. But also this cannot come. If you're going to hold your mind, okay, you cannot go through the door. No, it won't go. When you go to the machine, still, okay, you go back out again. Take the test again. So everything out, wipe clean. Still you're here. No accompaniments. Your powers of perception is still alive, pure. Senses are still here. Senses are still here. Your body's here. You can look over there. You can look. Anybody suffering? Then you walk right through the building and out the other end. There may be a queue of people at the back waiting to collect again, recollect the old stuff. I don't know. These things are only to enable you to feel and be your natural self, to show you it is no distance away. It's not at the end of some strenuous practice. It's not buried under layers and layers and layers. No, not at all. You're here. Don't believe yourself is, you cannot get it like that. It cannot be simple like that. You have to suffer and you have to live naked in a cave and, live on 1 peanut a day and just water or something. Is it true? No. But your mind, what you call your mind, it will come again. Because there has been a kind of relationship. Mind in the psychological sense is only somehow keeping you in the mode of being a particular person, has responsibility, obligations, keep you fixated, your attention fixated upon your physical and material existence, remind you of who you are, who you were yesterday, and the yesterday before yesterday, and all of that gives you the pride of lineage, and all of that. Is that what you want of life? It's okay. It is still the game of consciousness. And it is fine also. The consciousness is not fixed in its display as existence. So great is the consciousness that on any layer you will find yourself. But to be only aware of the self at the level of the body and mind functioning and a psychological identity, I think it is falling very short of who you are. For some of you, what we are sharing, when you have invited it inside your own contemplation, this may turn out to be a beautiful turning point. A beautiful baptism inside your own being. your life will be expressed inside a greater awakening. And you will have no regrets. Who among you are they? I don't know. I point you only to what is. An aspect of ourself unfolds in becomingness. This is fine, and it is consistent with the dynamic existence. All things are in movement. Don't waste any energy or time trying to make what is by nature changeful stable. No, let it flow. Let the life flow. When you have discovered your own true stillness, effortless stillness, not somebody being still. Nobody can be still. Your effortless stillness, then you'll be much better at accepting life in its changefulness, in its momentary here and goneness. Today is the third or fourth day into our sitting together. I felt maybe we will take a few days to defrost. It's a new space, many new faces, new friends. But we're inside the cooking itself already. The self cannot be realized or recognized The self cannot be recognized merely theoretically. Your true self, is not a theory. Your true self is not a theory, but an aspect of our expression is fiction. Find the fact. Find the fact. Find the fact. You are the fact. When you know the fact, then you may enjoy the fiction. But to live as the fiction without recognizing the fact is to miss your chance. All are consciousness. All are consciousness. In each one, the perfection dwells there. But it is true, it appears as though there are sheaths, layers to our being. That there is our phenomenality, this, which is a time body and a time mind also. But here is our timeless self. My feeling, if you ask me, the opportunity in this life, I don't want to say it's the purpose, but the opportunity is to discover this, who you are here. I don't say it's going to make your life into a bed of roses. You don't need a bed of roses. Just be here. And to know I cannot not be what I am. I cannot not be what is. This is the joy in my heart to share with you. I have not come to impart to you some wonderful spiritual theology or theory, because you are living being. I don't need to look in a book to find you. We are here together as one. This is the beauty of the life, that not that you have, but that you are also. No one is exempt from freedom. Some people say, but maybe it is not my destiny to know this. To hell with destiny. You are more than destiny. It is true. If the urge is not within you for this, then it's just not that moment. It is fine. You're here. Many people you know that you are close to, they're not here. This is your moment to look at this and to look from this. I believe it was Saint Francis of Assisi who said this. He says, what we're looking for is already where we're looking from. Isn't it? And the great poet Saint Rumi also, he says, knocking at a door, it opens. I have been knocking from inside. Knocking at a door, it opens. I have been knocking from inside. But the knocking has been necessary, because without knocking, it would not have opened. And without it opening, you would not have realized you are already inside where you're trying to be. This is the great paradox of self-realization. So I have not come to give you 10 steps too, but to point to that stepless truth which we are. Make no joke about it. There are forces functioning internally to sabotage your discovery. This is part of the great play. It is a mystery. But there are forces within us that is fighting to stay as it is, to remain in the states of ignorance, in the suffering states. We must transcend them, transcend their influence, to wake up from the hypnosis of conditioning. So I will close today again with that reminder. Yes. What is timelessly perfect. You must discover that inside yourself. I point you to that, to where you cannot not be. That all this, all that you call life, your study, religions, all these things that we see, that is in the theater of consciousness, the playground of the being. We are not to curse that. something has brought you to this point in your manifest existence. An opportunity, an invitation to look more deeply into the ocean of your own being, which is here. Your part, our part, from my view, is to say inside your heart, yes, take me. That is more powerful than 100 techniques. It is simple, it is innocent, it is pure, like water, like air. It is pure. Because when you say yes in your heart, there's no techniques to yes. You see? You cannot hide behind yes. Yes, replace me with you. Merge my mind in you. You is who? You merge my mind in you. You is who? The Satguru within your own self. It is not a person. It is not an object. Then you will know that this is a mighty existence. Then this life will be called auspicious. I have not mentioned to you about any commandments. I point only to that which is indivisible, unborn, pure, timeless, true. So let's now just take a few moments in quiet to allow just yourself to settle in your own self. The great sadhana is not so much to do, but to recognize, to be. Not the verb to be, the noun to be. Satsang is the river, the ocean, where you will bring your mind to be baptized in the ocean of your own self. be aware now of that effortless silence and space. You don't know if it is inside or outside. There is no edge, no boundary for your being. Confirm that. In this instant, in this moment, observe that your being is not in a state of waiting, not waiting. The self is not an event. That already is. Do not purchase the futuristic promises from the mind. Once you have said yes inside your heart, the whole universe supports your seeing. Because that is natural. Don't try strenuously to figure things out. Pay attention instead to that space-like being which is beyond time or change, but in whose presence such phenomena are perceived. Devote as much attention to staying conscious of the self until it becomes effortless for you. You are not time or what time produce or remove. Om. Namah Shivaya. Just a few parting words for today. as you go out and about. For many of you, maybe most, your actions will move in an inner silence and space with you, will be with you. Anticipate that at some point the mind force will try to reinstate itself. Do not be disappointed if that should happen. You are on the higher ground. The advantage is with you always. Don't fight with the mind. Only stay as the self. I'll show you.